Posted March 22, 2019, 16 hours 13 minutes and 56 seconds. These days in the sporting world there is a tendency to jump on big news and make definitive statements as soon as humanly possible. Within minutes of the awful footage from last night's season opener at the MCG, where Richmond defender Alex Rance collapsed in pain from a knee injury, being shown, many were fearing the worst for not just his season, but Richmond's. The telltale pitch forward after his foot landed awkwardly, the fact Rance stayed down for some time and was then helped off the ground made it apparent this was not a minor injury. The Tigers released a statement on Friday confirming everyone's worst fears, that scans had shown Rance had ruptured his ACL. The team said he would see a surgeon and was expected to undergo surgery in the coming days. We're really disappointed for Alex that he'll spend an extended period of time out of the game. He's a wonderful player and fantastic leader of our team, Richmond General Manager of Football Neil Baum said. The rapidly solidifying consensus seems to be that no Rance for 2019 means no flag for the Tigers. Now, there is no doubt that his absence for the rest of the season is a big blow to Richmond. Five-time All-Australian defenders are not too easily available at times like these. For any team that harbours aspirations of winning a flag, losing your best defender inside the first 4 quarters of the season is not a good start. It's also true that Rance offers something very important, the ability to take the best forward one-on-one. When the Tigers won their drought-breaking flag in 2017, the team held their 3 finals opponents to an average of just 55.7 points. Rance played a critical role in those performances, and was named All-Australian in 2017. He made it again last year, when the Tigers finished top of the ladder before conceding an average of 72.3 points in the finals. In the preliminary final against Collingwood, however, Rance had no answer to Big Magpies forward Mason Cox, who kicked 3 goals in a quarter to set up the win. Richmond has lost 5 of its last 7 games when Rance has not played, which would lead people to fear for the Tigers for the rest of this season. However, the most recent 2 of those 7 games were rounds 6 and 7 in 2016, when the Tigers lost to Port Adelaide and Hawthorn. That season Richmond conceded an average of a tick under 98 points a game, and unsurprisingly finished out of September football in 13th place. It's fair to say that the Tigers have been transformed since then under Damien Hardwick, and we're not really comparing like for like. An already strong attacking team has got stronger with the addition of ex-Suns forward Tom Lynch, and while Dustin Martin didn't have his greatest game against Carlton, Trent Cotchin's opening performance suggests he will be at his best. In 2019, defence will obviously be an issue, but while Rance is not directly replaceable, Richmond will be calling on a response from the whole group to make up for the absence of their number 18. Other teams have overcome adversity to win flag. There are also some fairly recent case studies of teams whose seasons have come under intense pressure when they lost key players, but still went on to win the premiership. The heart of the Western Bulldogs season looked to have been ripped out in round 3 of 2016, when skipper Bob Murphy put himself in a contest in the last 90 seconds of the game against Hawthorn and went down clutching his knee. The Bulldogs were pipped by the Hawks by a last-minute goal after winning the first 2 games, but the Sons of the West rebounded as a group. Later they finished the home and away season with 6 wins in their last 8 matches to land in 7th spot. Their remarkable finals campaign then saw them beat West Coast on the road, then Hawthorn at the MCG and GWS in a classic prelim in Sydney before a win over the Swans in the grand final to complete the fairy tale. Then last year West Coast Eagles were hit by a string of issues. First they were written off as soon as star ruckman Nick Naitanui tore his ACL against Collingwood in round 17, then Andrew Gaff stunned the football world with his punch to the jaw of Fremantle's Andrew Brayshaw in the Western Derby, ruling him out for the entire finals series. Finally, attacking defender Brad Shepherd injured his hamstring in the qualifying final against Collingwood, and he played no further part in the Eagles' campaign. Despite all this, and thanks to some unlikely heroes such as Dom Sheed, West Coast came through and won a memorable grand final for the team's first flag in a dozen years. So it is possible for teams to overcome serious adversity and still win in September. Aside from anything else, another 16 teams yet to make their debut for 2019, there's plenty more to be gleaned from the opening round, if nothing else, before making sweeping statements. Has Richmond's challenge to win the premiership got a lot more difficult overnight? Absolutely. But let's not go writing him off just yet. Topics: Sport, Australian Football League, Sports Injuries, Melbourne 3000, Footscray 3011, Vic, Perth 6000, WA, Australia.